Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video to the channel. Welcome back to episode 32 of the Grab the Hog series, our series where we take a brand new account to explore the new era of Runescape. So in this video, we're going to jump in and work a little bit more on a couple of stats. One of the big goals we set ourselves was to go and unlock Invention, and we're going to make the first move in this video, targeting one of the skills needed to unlock Invention. Now, if you're enjoying the videos, please make sure to leave me a like, subscribe to the channel. We are trying to catch up really before the Haven Hive release of where we currently are. So anything after Haven Hive's release is going to be pretty much relevant and live to when the account is here, to go and explore one of the first lower to mid-level big updates of the year as well. So if you're looking forward to it, make sure to subscribe for more. We're going to try and pump out as many of the episodes this week as possible, and I really hope you guys are looking forward to it. So without further ado, let's go and jump in and see what we can get in this episode. So here we are with another clip. We have been sat on 184 for not too long, to be fair. We've been crafting away, and this is going to be one of the first sort of big levels in terms of the crafting game so far. Blue Dragon Hide bodies are actually very solid XP. And in terms of me actually going for 80 crafting, I really don't think it will take too long in terms of time, because we are flying through it. So in terms of like the speed and stuff, I generally think that if I wanted to go for 80 crafting quite quickly, I really wouldn't struggle. And I don't think I'd lose a lot of money either. But 60 crafting is a big milestone for a couple of reasons. One, it's going to be the quest requirement for Kindred Spirits. We can also craft Griffolic. We can also craft Black Dragon Hide as well, which is really nice. We can then do Livid Farm with Lunar Diplomacy, which is actually quite important because I think we're going to nerf the amount of points needed for living farms. That's quite a big thing as well. We can then do a Fuse Slayer Mask and then also get the Scroll of Dexterity. So that's nice because Black Dragon Hide is probably how we'll end up getting to level 80. But for now, I think I've got enough in terms of Dragon Hides to get well within like level 70, 73, 74, which is nice. So this is just something I'm just going to chip away with and just continue to do like in downtime or when I want to. I've also upgraded my Town Hall now. Now what this did, I thought it would give me more rested XP, which technically it does. It just means the capacity of how much rested XP you've got is more. So whereas before it was 500 you can cap out, you can now cap it to 1000. Doesn't seem to be any quicker or slower. So yeah, that's one thing which is fine with that. In terms of today, probably going to do like maybe another 15-20 minutes of crafting, and then we're going to go and do Bork, because again the blue and crimson charms are just so good from Bork and definitely worthwhile doing, at least while we're at a lower level anyway. And then I'm going to go and get my first Reaper task, which I'm going to take you guys along for, because hopefully if I get like a decent Reaper task, that should pretty much get me the teleport towards retreat, which is what we're after. If it doesn't, what we can also do as well, I've got some Soul Reaper tasks or Soul Reaper refreshes. We'll use those because, again, I think it's worthwhile getting the first couple of KC for War from Soul Reaper, because it's just two things at once. But if not, I do think KBD probably be the best thing for us to go and do. I think it's something where we won't really struggle. Maybe we can even find a world where people like mass. I don't even know if they mass anymore. But yeah, that's going to be there. And then also we've got 54 farming now. Our Chinchompers should be done. Last night I bought myself some urns, which we have 71 of them, 71 strong farming urns, which should be more than enough, I'm hoping, to go through that. But what I'm going to do for the player and farm segment is to kind of record the aftermath. During, I'm just going to be talking over for the player owned farm series, which I'm hoping you guys are looking forward to as well. But our farming level is literally about to explode, so plenty of really decent things to go and cover today in terms of content. And yeah, looking forward to it. I do think at some point today I'm going to go cave bugs and maybe start the sort of attack and strength training. Monkey Madness could be something I could do as well, but I just think just to get him to like base 60s, it could be something worthwhile doing. So I don't know, we'll see. And in terms of daily challenges today, we have prayer, bows and fire making, which is all very nice. Again, we're always trying to chip away on the daily challenges. I forgot to hand them in last night, which is such a bad thing on my part. I always try and save them to when I'm recording a clip, but then sometimes I forget to record a clip and then I lose the ability to go and claim them. So we missed out on a divination one yesterday, which is kind of a little bit of a rip, but it is what it is. And then in terms of the only other things I need to do on the account, I do have the frames ready to go and turn this into the workshop. Because we did the town hall, we got like 40,000 XP, which actually wasn't too bad from that. So we'll get level 76 construction today, maybe even 77, depending on like how far away the level is. And yeah, it's just really going to see how much crafting we can get done today and get that chipped off. But I'm really happy, really. As you can see here, the crafting is flying through, and all I'm literally doing is watching a couple of YouTube series to just chip away and get through it as well. Editing one video a day has given me so much more time lately to go and play this account, which I'm really enjoying, because I'm hoping at some point soon we'll have like the teaser of Haven Hive, just so I can know what kind of levels I need, whether we need to go and do some quests. I have a feeling there might be some vampire requirements as well, so who knows, we'll go and have a look at that. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is just go craft away. You'll see me when it's time to go to speak to Def to go and get our first Reaper assignment. And we'll go from there and report back very, very soon on where we're going for the next step of the adventure. So there we go, level 62 crafting. That's where I'm going to kind of stop for today. We've unlocked a few things from there. Let's go and do a little bit of adventuring and go and unlock the War's Retreat. So with 62 crafting, we've unlocked a few things. We now have the crafting level for Lunar Diplomacy, which is actually quite important because that's going to be a very big quest for us a little bit down the line. Lunar Diplomacy and the Friendly Trials really isn't as high end as what I remember it being. So it really isn't that bad to do. So that's something we'll definitely get done in the future. Fire Battle Staffs is a really good way to do some crafting, but they're not as good as what they used to be. You actually don't make as much money with Battle Staffs nowadays, weirdly. So, to go to wars, we're going to go to Draenor Village Lodestone, and this is going to be the big unlock. We'll have to do like a little bit of a tutorial. But, it's not too bad in terms of that one. Now, War's Retreat is one of the better updates they've brought into PVM over a little while. So, it's a really nice base and a hub to do your PVMing. So, you just need to go and touch the War's insignia, basically go and touch the skull, and you are transported here to what is essentially War's Retreat. I'm going to speak to War, and War will basically talk through what this area is. Basically, it's a really good way to have teleports directly to bosses, your Reaper task. You also have the ability to recharge your prayer, bonfire, and you also have a bank as well. Now, what's really nice with this is that you have a teleport directly in your magic spellbook. Very much like the Mana Farm teleport, very much like the Max Skill teleport, where you don't need anything to pretty much get there. So this could mean that we could probably give up our Ring of Fortune for future. If we wanted to buy something like Sears Ring or something which increases our damage, we now have a way to go and teleport and basically go somewhere to go and bang. So it's really handy. It's not just good for like combat, it's going to be good for skilling as well because we've got such a nice easy bank as well. So yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. This is War's Retreat. Again, nothing too big there. So the portals are going to be quite a big thing. And that's pretty much it. So you can just have a bank here. Your altar is there. You also have these adrenaline crystals as well where you can charge your adrenaline, which is nice. And if you go and click on the portal and click to Def's office, you can then go directly to Def. And if you didn't know, Def gives you basically Slayer tasks, but for bosses. Now, this is called Soul Reaper. And Soul Reaper tasks are something you can get one per day. So if we go and get task with Def. So if you just right click and get task, you'll have a little bit of an intro of what it is. We're going to get the Grim Gem. We don't want to get group bosses just yet. So I'm hoping this will give us the ability to get some of the easy bosses. What did we get? Giant Mole. So 7 Giant Mole. Yeah, it's alright. Giant Mole's a little bit annoying because you've got to run around. But let's see if we can get lucky with a different assignment. Let's see what he'll give us. 4 King Black Dragons, which is a little bit meh, but King Black Dragon is what we're probably going to go and do anyway. So what we want is from War, you have the ability to go and get some rewards. Obviously, these are going to be for Marks of War. So if we go into the shop, the consumables and the unlocks aren't really worth it because auras are going to go very, very soon. So there's no real point there. But for 10 boss kills, we get the ability to get the hub teleport, which is really nice. The portal is also very nice, but what that's probably going to be is just us chipping away on some Soul Reaper tasks for a little while. So yeah, that's pretty much Soul Reaper done. Not a big thing in terms of unlocks and stuff like that. Really, really simple to go and do. We'll need to go and do some King Black Dragon, which I'll take you guys along for the journey, which is really decent. In terms of what I'm going to go do next, I think if I go and collect my farming urns, I can also collect my beavers. So the beavers actually sold 4. I think it was like nearly 5,000 coins. So I could genuinely like do summoning for profit, which is very good. But the point is maybe it's not enough profit. What I like about summoning where I do it at the minute is it's good for speed. But having to bank, maybe not the best. And for the kind of profit we'd be getting, I don't think it's completely worth it. But we shall see. Now, what I'm going to go do now is go over to Player Owned Farms because our Chinchompers should be ready to harvest. So we're going to go and head over there. I'm going to go and stop the clip as soon as we get there as well because what I'm going to go and do is start my video for the Player Owned Farm mini-series I've talked about for a little while because I think to show you guys how to get to 99, how to build your farm out is really, really important. And I think it'd be really good content as well. So Grab the Hog is actually going to do that, and that's going to be part of his little sort of mini-series. And yeah, we'll come back once we've done, but we're going to start at level 54 farming, and we'll go from there. So there we go, first Player-Owned Farm video done, and we might have got quite the success. We got the Brains Pet. So we got the Brains Pet at like level 56, and we got it at 200,000 XP, which is absolutely crazy to get a brains pet that's quick. So 254, 255 XP we've unlocked for farming pet. In terms of farming level, we got to level 63, which is mental. That unlocked things like branches of Dogmere, fire trees, loads of helpful herbs as well, and we're going to also be an expert flower harvester as well, which means things like marigolds are tripled, which is kind of helpful really, because I think we're going to go and do that for our summoning secondaries. For a bull ant is going to go and do some marigolds, but highly successful. I'm so happy we've done that so quick in terms of the levels. The earns were definitely worthwhile. We've got so much XP from that, and we've unlocked the bank chest as well, player and farms. We can do a little bit of skilling here if we ever wanted to. We are set up and loaded for the next one, so we'll be getting quite a lot of farming levels very quick. And when we do our next big sort of launch of XP, we'll start doing the medium pen. So when we've got all of the next set of chinchompers done, we'll be at level 64 farming, which then means we can go and buy the extra medium pen, and we can start farming those seriously. Like, farming will be easily the first 99 we get on the can. It's going to be exceptionally quick, and the fact we can make a nice little mini series as well is really nice. But in terms of where we've been so far today, that's two big things ticked off. That's player and farms unlocked, as well as the wars retreat as well. So the only other thing we've got left to do is to go and do Bork and then do KBD. I'll probably do one after another, but that's going to be a pretty big sort of video for today as well. So we'll go and get doing it. And then in terms of AFK time or downtime today, I've got a couple of options really. I could do some more crafting, which, you know, I'm all for crafting. I might also go and train a little bit of melee stats as well, just focusing at the cave bugs again. So a little bit of a crafting update just before I go and do some quests. We have now reached level 71 crafting. Which is pretty big because that 70 milestone is something where we unlock quite a few things, but 70 crafting was for the void stairs bag. We can also do diamond amulets, which is nice. We can also do some of the high tier rings. These are the rings which you can get after Rex Matriarchs. Not quite at that level yet because these are going to be some very expensive purchases, but level 70 is nice for crafting progress anyway. So just chipping away. I have now moved off blue dragon hide just because the upgrade to be able to make royal was there, and royal is pretty much another 100 XP per dragon hide. So over a period of time, it really does sort of add up by doing that as well. So what I'm currently in the process of doing now is selling over the remaining blue dragon hides I had left. Then I can go invest those into the royal dragon hide as well. Managed to actually sell all the bear furs, which took a while to sell, and then they all sold within one transaction, which is really weird. And probably the second or third time that's happened with bear furs, where they've gradually sold over time really slowly. And I'd have something like 100 left in the grand exchange offer, and they'd all go at once. So gonna go and stock back up on those because again, it's a free 1.3 mil for probably what takes me 10 minutes worth of work, which is really nice. But cash tag at the minute, 267k, not massive, but again, it's all in supplies in the bank. We have 1,000 U-frames, which have dropped significantly in price, so I'm not really in a rush to do those. They will come at a later point. We spent quite a bit of money on player and farms as well to go and convert chinchompers into beans, and we have quite a lot of items here. So dragon hide bodies, 1.5k blues, nearly 1,000 royals, and we've got a few dragon hides still left to put on the grand exchange as well. But what I'm going to go do now is go and chase some of the quests. We're going to start with stolen hearts and hopefully sort of work our way towards the Slayer Mask quest. There's also the feud in there as well to get done. I think the feud is worthwhile doing because 15k thieving XP is a massive chunk of XP, and then we can go and finish off the rest of the levels needed to go and get safe cracking with the thieving doors in the Thief Guild as well. So that would be really good. But especially some of these desert quests are pretty big for later game, especially when we want to go and look at things like curses, desert treasure for the ancient spells as well. They're quests we'd need to do anyway. And especially with doing the Slayer ones, we can go and unlock the Slayer Mask and have the ability for Slayer points and then jump into the Slayer skill afterwards. I'm pretty confident at the minute that with just 60 mage, we do have the ability to go and do some tasks and do pretty well at them as well. Obviously, we've got the ability to use protection prayers, and our combat stats really aren't that bad. But suppose it's time to start the quest montage. Let's go and jump into some now, and let's see how many we can get done and progress for the account. So we're going to start on the total quest points of 90 quest points. Let's see where we end up after tonight. So that's going to wrap up this episode. Pretty big in terms of what we've done. We've done a fair bit of crafting. Again, crafting is moving quite quick. And hopefully now by upgrading from Blue Dragon Hide to Royal, we should actually speed it up relatively quick for the next episode. Crafting really is one of those where, although you're not making as much money as what you used to, it is very good XP for profit. So that is really nice. And with Invention, we've still got 2 more skills to go and conquer. And we'll be looking at those over the next couple of episodes. And hopefully we can get it somewhat done before Haven Hive is released, because we'll be focusing on what content that brings into the game when it is finally here. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. Drop me down any content you guys want me to cover for future, or if there's anything you want me to do on this account going forward. But thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.